What if you had the power to move objects with your mind? What if everyone around you gave you a reason to use that power? Welcome to I Hope You Suffer.
That's terrible.
Absolutely.
We were holding back laughter that entire time. Oh gosh.
This is episode 45 of I Hope You Suffer. My name is Nathan.
I'm Kit.
And this week we watched The Rage, Carrie 2 from 1999 with our special guests, Kasey and Yaz from the Worst Horror Podcast.
What up?
Hey guys.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah,
thank you.
Do you guys want to go ahead and just maybe say your name so they can get a voice idea?
Yeah, I'm Yaz.
And I'm Kasey.
All right, perfect.
And
do we sound different enough?
I don't know. Somebody said that we sound very similar, and I was like, I don't agree, but whatever.
I don't know. Do, but I think I've listened enough to your guys' podcast that I can tell the difference.
Well, everybody else is just going to have to figure it out.
Yep.
Oh my god, you're so aggressive.
So this was a first-time watch for me.
Me too.
Not for me. I've watched this 1,000 times.
I've seen the ending scene, and that's about it, but everything else was a first-time watch.
I did not hate it as much as I expected to.
Me either.
I've also been in the middle of just watching nothing but late 90s
shark
horror
movies.
No. I've been watching Valentine and Urban Legend and all those late 90s horror movies. So I think this was prime spot for me and what I've been watching lately anyway.
What year did it come out? Was it 97?
99.
99.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'll shut up.
It also has the craziest soundtrack I think I've seen for any movie.
I feel like they just took sounds and just put them together. You would go from the soundtrack from Two Girls, One Cup to some weird disco music, and you're like, what the fuck? What is happening?
And then Typo Negative and Fear Factory.
It's Typo Negative, Fear Factory. There's a fucking full-on ska song at some point.
Yeah, what the... It can't be a 90s movie, though, without, fucking ska.
Yeah, I was about to say, seriously.
You gotta have the ska music in there.
I was lost it when that song came on. It was my favorite part of the movie.
Oh, gosh.
Go ahead.
No. I was going to say, I have something to say about that opening scene, so wherever you guys want to start.
Oh, yeah, we'll go through, the cast and stuff real quick, and then we'll jump into the movie. This movie was directed by Kat Shea, who took over for Robert Mandel, who left 2 weeks into it after creative differences.
He wanted to make a good film and left.
She is known for the movie Poison Ivy, and then a couple episodes of Joe Bob's Drive-In Theater, but she also just directed Nancy Drew and the Hidden Staircase.
Oh.
Huh.
Which I'm really only interested in because of the actress that plays Beverly from It.
Oh, okay, yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. It was also written by Raphael Moreau, who wrote Hackers, which is another ridiculous 90s movie.
It explains so much, I think.
Oh, yes. It stars Emily Bergel. I have no idea how to pronounce her name. Bergel.
That's what I thought. Bergel.
Yeah.
That sounds right.
That's the most fun pronunciation, anyway.
She plays Rachel, a.k.a. basically Carrie. Jason London as Jesse from Dazed and Confused. Dylan Bruno as Mark. Amy Irving as Sue Snell, who is the only connection from Carrie. Zachary Ty Bryan as Eric from Home Improvement, which I did not realize that kid did anything past Home Improvement.
It really bothers me that he just grows up and has the same exact face in an adult's body.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
It bummed me out so much. Because he looks like a teenager, but also like a teenager in a 30-year-old's body.
Yes,
it's weird.
It's such a bummer.
John Doe from the band X plays Boyd, Rachel's stepdad in this.
His name's actually John Doe?
Yeah, well, that's his, I don't think that's his real name, but that's
his
what he's gone by since he was started kind of being a musician and stuff.
Unfortunate.
Yes. Eli Craig, who played Chuck, who I don't even remember being in this movie, but I just wrote him down because he directed Tucker and Dale vs. Evil.
Fair.
Which is a good movie.
Yes, it is.
And then I only wrote this one down for Kit. Eddie K. Thomas as Arnie, who played Freddy, and Freddy Got Fingered.
I was like, no fucking way, that is him. I was tripping out. He looks so young in this movie.
I forgot he was in that. I was thinking, that's fucking Finch from American Pie. What the hell?
Yeah, that's Finch.
Apparently, he was supposed to be... He's named Arnie to be like a nod to Christine.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
And he I guess he kind of also he looks a little bit like that actor. But when we were looking at movies to do for our first bonus episodes, we were trying to do Freddy Got Fingered, but it wasn't streaming for free anywhere.
So sad.
The movie is terrible. Yes, Kid, this is your first time watching too, right?
No, it's probably my third, but I don't remember anything that happens in it any time I watch, other than a bunch of people getting fucking impaled.
Yeah. This is a fucking long movie. It did not need to be an hour and 45 minutes.
I know. I was thinking that same thing. I was watching it, and I was like, fuck, is it going to end soon? And I still had an hour and 11 minutes left.
I did. I paused it at some point, and I was like, oh my god, I still have 55 minutes left.
I feel like it went by so fast. I don't know. I was so captivated by how terrible it was that I was like, wow, this movie could be another hour long, and I would totally dig it.
I think once you get past the halfway point, I think it picks up speed and it doesn't seem like it's going as long, but the first 45 minutes to an hour is just nothing really happening, which to be fair, Carrie's kind of the same way. It's just all leading up to the climax or whatever, but yeah, I don't know. It just seemed like it just took a long time to get to anything happening for me.
I feel like the difference is in Carrie, you have A-list actors, and in The Rage, it's well, they worked for free.
We got Jason London. And the fucking kid from Home Improvement that wasn't the fucking goth kid.
Oh my god. I forgot about that.
Yeah, those fucking Neurosis t-shirts all the time.
Don't bring Neurosis into this.
Alright, we'll go ahead and jump into this. The opening to this, I was extremely confused about as to why she's just drawing essentially just a line around the room.
It was supposed to be a barrier of some sort.
Yeah,
to protect against the devil, or I don't know what the fuck. And then she... I'm sorry. I was just telling Kasey right now, the part when she bitch slaps fucking Rachel, little baby Rachel with a paintbrush, for no fucking reason.
Oh, it's so dumb.
I was telling Kasey I rewound it 10 times. I couldn't stop laughing.
The look on the little kid's face is just wait, what?
Yeah, she's like, Mom, I just asked you to come play. Why are you slapping me with a paintbrush?
Wet paintbrush. Yeah, so
now I gotta go wash this shit off.
And she still has it on her face, as they're taking her mom out.
I know, that was sad.
Yeah.
It was fucked, dude. The mom was strapped down to a gurney, and she's like, "Okay, bye."
Oh my god, I couldn't even
Yeah,
imagine how traumatizing that would be to see. Which
yeah,
I mean, it's a good setup, but I was just like, why? Like, I feel like the barrier's not going to work very well when instead of drawing on the windows, you're just drawing on the blinds.
I didn't think about that. That is such a good point.
Because those move, so that barrier's not going to be very strong.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so like this opening is just like, you know, Rachel is probably like a 4 or 5-year-old. Her mom is got some kind of mental something going on where she's just like thinks Rachel's a demon because of her powers, and she gets sent to an insane asylum, so Rachel has to go live with a like foster family or like step parents or whatever, who, shocker, are garbage. It pretty much immediately cuts to teenage Rachel, and what I thought was actually like kind of a cool shot of her in the closet with Walter, and then cutting to her and Walter like laying in bed as the camera spinned. Walter is the best actor in this movie.
I know.
Hands down.
Big ups to Walter.
Just laying bandaged up for the whole movie and still outacts everybody.
I know. The scene when he has his little cone on his head.
Yeah.
So cute.
Yeah, so it's just like Rachel's a teenager, and you get like a bunch of stuff of like showing that her step parents are just terrible.
Garbage.
Yeah. And you cut to her going to school as a very sick ska song plays. I forgot
How else would you know she's angsty if it fucking ska song
I
didn't
know.
play?
Well, yeah, you gotta know that like the school's a fun place to be. Which this school just seems like the worst school on the fucking planet.
Oh gosh, I know. Kasey and I were just talking about how they're like, because it was their school mascot, right? How it was a bulldog. That was our high school's mascot, and we were like, fuck, it would be.
Mine was the Thunderbolts, which is not a real thing.
The Thunderbolts?
Yes.
That's better than bulldog.
There's such thing as bulldogs. What the fuck is a thunderbolt?
Yeah, I have no idea.
Like the Chargers? Like it's just a...
But that's a lightning bolt.
Yeah. I don't know, whatever. I don't fucking know.
Like, after she gets to school, you get like a quick thing with the football player jocks in this school that are, again, the worst people on earth.
Seriously.
Have a super cool game of sleeping with girls for points, which is gross.
What blew my mind was that, like, they actually carried a fucking book around and no one lost it. Like,
yeah, right.
If that was you and I, we would have been like, "Where's the book? I don't fucking know."
Like, it's crazy that nobody at any point lost that book, especially with like them just getting drunk and driving around in that fucking convertible and shit.
Right, like you would have thought it would have been gone.
And my thought is like, at some point, don't the girls say to each other, "Hey, we banged," and that like they're being sketchy. Like looking at those guys, I'd be like, "Yep, that's where chlamydia is from." Like you would never be like, "Oh yeah, we're having a good time."
Yeah, like I guess I didn't even think about it. Like you would think some of these girls in this school would like talk to each other, or like there would at least like at some point one of those dudes has to have had sex with like a couple different girls that would have found out about it. Like something would have like been said and like been done about this, especially if this is like a tradition that goes on.
It's very odd.
Yeah, even calling it a tradition feels extra gross.
Yeah, because I believe that's what it was supposed to be. Like,
right.
Yeah, it sucks.
Yeah, not a fan.
I guess like this whole kind of like storyline with them was taken from like a real life thing that I did not look into. So the entire time I was watching this movie, I just kept like when I looked at trivia, I saw something about like, oh, like, you know, high school football team sex scandal, and I was like, oh god, is there going to be a rape in this movie? Please no.
We thought the rape was going to come from the foster dad, so we were really glad that there was none.
Yeah, same. Especially like I was
those
like,
rapey vibes.
Once the dog got hit, and then like that was like, God, please, I don't need to see a rape scene as well.
Right, like too fucking much. Just stop. We've had enough.
Yeah, so luckily that does not happen. You cut to a scene in class with the most exuberant and intense English teacher I think I've ever seen.
Who is he?
I have no idea.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. He looked so fucking familiar, and I could not pinpoint what else he was from.
I don't know. I feel like that was probably the first time I've seen him.
No, yeah, I feel like he's just like a default like extra in like all kinds of movies. I don't know. I didn't do my research.
He looks like somebody that would just be like a teacher in like any school drama.
Right.
He was father number 2 in Cherry Falls.
Ooh, see? Okay.
Or Meg Ryan customer in Empire Records.
Oh
shit! He was Mikey the cameraman in Muppets from Space.
I feel like
so he's some credible shit then.
I think Empire Records is maybe the only thing I've seen him in. Then at least that you named.
You haven't seen Muppets from Space?
I don't think so.
What the fuck?
Look,
that's your next bonus episode.
Yeah, there you go.
Absolutely.
Just the Muppet movies. This fucking whole scene doesn't even make a difference. This teacher was crazy.
You could say that about a lot of the movie, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just shows that Jesse is more emotional than the rest of the football team. Showing
he's
that
not
he's
much of a douche.
Yeah, he's like the least terrible of the whole football team. Because basically, I can only assume up until he meets Rachel that he was taking part in all of the same shit they were.
He was, though, because there's even a point, too, a little bit later where they're, like, keeping score for him.
Oh, yeah.
For one of his encounters.
I have a question about the score. Is it the more points, the uglier they are? Or they think that they're uglier? Or how do they get the points?
Because, like, towards the end, the one guy tells her that he got 30 points for sleeping with Rachel because she had, like, told Mark when he hit on her or whatever that she was gay. So that was a conversion, so they got more points for stuff like that.
You know what? The 90s are just a gross place because someone had to take this from their brain and put it on paper, and then we had to watch it.
Oh, this was for sure a real thing that happened to somewhere.
Because, it's like She's All That, except way grosser.
Yeah. Much. But they even mention, like, before it cuts into, like, the classroom scene and everything, what's the guy's name that sleeps with Lisa? Rachel's best friend?
Eric.
Is that his name in the movie, Eric? So he's telling them, like, oh, what do you think about Lisa? And what do they call her? Like,
they call her a dog, don't they?
Yeah.
Fucking assholes. And basically he was like, I think that he probably liked her. That was the vibe that I was getting.
You don't ask somebody, what do you think of that person unless you like feeling it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
like,
and then they...
I got the feeling that he was legitimately into her until he got, like, peer pressured or whatever to be like, no, she's ugly, she's a dog. And
then he breaks her little heart.
Yes.
And then
asshole.
And then she breaks the windshield.
Yes, before we get to Lisa, though, jumping off the roof, I need to talk about how there is a kid running around this school with a camcorder at all times.
Oh my god, fuck that guy.
No school ever would allow that to happen. Like,
I know, fuck, seriously.
I was in high school in 99. Like, I know my school would not have let that happen. And he's just, like, walking around filming girls' butts and, like, shit like that. And it's so weird. That's like some not another teen movie bullshit. Like,
that's exactly what I was thinking right now.
So yeah, like, eventually it kind of, like, Eric had taken Lisa's virginity and she was excited about it after all the rest of these jocks, like, kind of peer pressure hit, like, not even necessarily peer pressure, they just kind of make fun of her till he's just like, oh yeah, like, me too. He breaks up with her essentially and she jumps off the roof of the school and lands on somebody's car, which actually like looked
fucked up, man.
Pretty brutal, yeah.
It was. I was just telling Kasey, like, I didn't think that they would just show the full blown fall and the impact. And when they did, I was like, fuck. It was bad.
It's not funny, but yeah, it's
No, it was
scary.
gnarly. It was fucking gnarly.
Yeah.
The effects in this movie are actually pretty good.
Yeah.
Like,
especially for the time, because yeah, I feel like late 90s, early 2000s is not ideal for like special effects.
well, yeah, and like a lot of the movies didn't have like real over the top like gory things going on. And there's some pretty sick kills in like the climax of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I like when Kit texted me about the dog earlier, I was like, I hate that scene so much, but like that shit looked real and it bummed me out real bad.
That's why I hated it.
Yes.
Yeah, I didn't like it.
Yeah.
It's too real for me. And then speaking of that asshole with the camera.
Yes.
Whose car is this? After her fucking face is like annihilated on that windshield. That's what he has to say. Whose car is this?
How does nobody slap that fucking camera out of his hand at that point?
Right. Like
It was the 90s. Camcorders were too big.
Yeah.
You couldn't just slap them out of his hand.
Break your hand and knocking it out of his hand. Ugh. There's so much gross shit in this movie and it bums me out. So yeah, Lisa jumped off the roof. They like once Rachel walks out and sees her like dead on the car, she kind of loses it for a second and all of the lockers in the school fly open.
Her telekinesis, right?
Yeah.
That was called?
Yeah.
Kicks in and shit starts going crazy.
Like pretty much right after that, Sue Snell from the first Carrie, or like the original Carrie, comes out and grabs her. She's the school counselor. And there's a bunch of stuff in this movie of her and Rachel just talking about like grief and Rachel's mom being in an insane asylum and all that kind of nonsense.
I hate that it was called Arkham. I was like,
oh yeah, it's so lazy.
Like they didn't even have to give a hospital name. They could have just been like, "Yeah, I know your mom's put away." I guess it sounds like prison.
Like they could have even just like just put like a name in front of it, like Johnson, you know, like whatever, like any name. It didn't need to be the, you know, the asylum everybody is aware of from like 10 other things.
I desperately want a Batman Carrie crossover though.
I would have fucking lost my mind if like they just
that'd be dope.
camera went by and like the Joker sitting in the background or some shit.
That would have been actually pretty sick. I'd have been like, okay.
This fucking Two-Face back there flipping a coin.
All of these things would have been better than what you witnessed at the actual hospital.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Eventually, Eric gets called in, or I forget, does he get called in or is he explaining about Lisa? Oh, he's telling Mark about Lisa.
Like, yeah, he's telling him, like, dude, I need to get this, like, you need to help me get out of this.
We took pictures last night.
Yeah, if I get in trouble, I'm not going to get my fucking scholarship. Fucking asshole.
Yeah. Eric is
I hate him.
Right now is just some fucking Wall Street.
I'm not going to get my scholarship, dude. Fucking help me.
I like to assume that this is all canon and he's just playing his character from Home Improvement, and this is just like
each role.
Yes, him in high school.
The guy he was in Tokyo Drift, like
he was in Tokyo Drift.
Yeah, he was a Clay.
His name would be Clay.
Are you sure? Are you sure he was Clay? Because that guy is the absolute worst. Oh, Tokyo Drift. Don't get me fucking started on that movie.
Oh my god.
I'm surprised he was still doing things at that point. I forgot this kid existed until we did this movie.
Oh my gosh. That's crazy. But actually they find the did they go through her locker already at this point when they found that little photo slip or whatever?
Yeah, I think that's when they question Eric about everything, and that's when he's just like, I'm gonna like lose my scholarship, and they're gonna take me down for like statutory rape and all that.
What a victim he is in all of this.
Yeah.
Someone protect him.
Poor
So
Eric.
sorry.
Spoiler: the rest of the movie is just feeling bad for Eric.
My favorite thing to do. I just sit and cry for Eric for hours on end.
Poor Eric.
He literally is like the start of the dude bro movement.
Yeah.
Oh, he's the fucking worst.
That whole football team is.
I know, and the
Yeah.
fucking guy with the skinny mustache, it's like, you either commit or you don't.
Fucking Mark. Mark is definitely the worst. Eric is second place for the worst.
Wait, which one was Mark?
Mark's
Mark is
skinny
like-
mustache, the ringleader dude.
Oh, Mark. God, I didn't even know
Oh
his
my
name. I
God.
just kept referring to him in my head as asshole or whatever. He was the fucking
Yeah,
worst.
he's like,
He plays such a believable asshole.
Yeah, he
like,
does.
he's
ugh.
just like so over the top as like a high school kind of villain. Like it almost makes him unbelievable.
Right.
But
I just
then
love that in 90s movies they make all these people like teenage age and they're like 35.
Yeah,
Oh,
It's
he
like,
looks
Mark,
35 too.
you're not fucking
That's-
fooling anybody.
That's the
This is
save.
not a never been kissed situation. I can tell you're fucking 35.
I was gonna say that's like the Saved by the Bell effect, where everybody playing teenagers are actually 42.
Yeah.
And they made the like girls look a lot younger. So comparatively, he was like, wow. It's like, no. You like stick out like you look like a predator.
Yeah, I think the majority of them were around 20, but like you have like wildly different like puberty spurts in this movie where like Mark
Yeah.
definitely looks like he's in his like late 20s. Rachel I kind of believe as a high schooler.
Mm-hmm.
Home Improvement dude just looks like he's 35.
Always.
He has that fucking douchey face. He does like that open mouth like I can't even explain it. But when I look at him, it fills me with like a white hot rage that I'm like, what would Tim the Toolman Taylor say if he saw you now? What the fuck are you doing?
He would obviously just grunt.
I tried to do that earlier and I cannot.
I'm almost positive Kit has done it on this podcast at some point, but
I'm sure I have. It's not a doubt in my mind.
yeah. So after Eric tells Mark that he's gonna get in trouble for all this shit, Mark's just like, "I'll handle it, dude," and they go to the like photo mart that Rachel works at, which is a thing that does not exist anymore.
Sad.
Rip.
Essentially, he's trying to get these photos that Lisa took. One of them is Eric and Lisa together. Mark, being the douchebag that he is, feels that the best way to do that is to promise he would go out on a date with Rachel if she gives him the pictures.
Yeah, he offers her $20
Yeah.
first. Like, you
$20,
asshole.
then $30.
I'll give you $20.
And then the final offer is that he will take her out on a date. Or a
That's
job.
an
So we can drive around.
Yeah, I was gonna say it wasn't even a date. It was they were gonna drive around in his convertible.
Pass.
Fuck off. If a burger and fries aren't included, you can fucking fuck off.
She,
We can go for a ride along. Like,
that's the worst.
Yeah, I'll pass
offer
on the
earth.
douche-mobile things,
Yeah.
though.
Yeah. No, thanks.
She basically is just. I think her exact line is like, "Sorry, I'm a dyke,"
Oh, yeah.
which comes
Yeah.
back later. So they just drive off, and after they leave, a police officer shows up to get Lisa's pictures. The next day, you have Sue and the police officer asking Rachel about Lisa, and she tells them about Eric and Lisa losing her virginity to him and all that. Sue convinces the officer to prosecute Eric for statutory rape, which he doesn't really want to do at first because he's a cop, and doing that boys will be boys nonsense at first. I think this is the first point you get one of the flashbacks to Carrie, which is, I think they have like a dialogue where he's kind of not buying the statutory rape idea and accuses her of trying to like find justice somewhere else for something that happened in
Carrie.
The past or whatever.
Yeah.
There are a handful of times that you get flashbacks to Carrie in this, which I'm honestly surprised they got the rights to. I
know, I was surprised too.
Yeah, I was kind of bummed, to be honest. Once I got to the end of the movie, I was like, fuck, that sucks. Like, they incorporated that masterpiece into this fucking garbage.
Well, apparently this was, like, not written as a sequel to Carrie. And I guess it essentially was, like, kind of the same idea that the movie ends up being, and they kind of realized, like, oh, this is just Carrie, and they apparently got whatever permission to put Carrie 2 in the title.
They must have shown them a very different movie. Where they were like,
I think
there's no way.
I think it was originally, it had some title, and then it was going to be called Carrie 2 Say You're Sorry, which is the worst title.
If that was like the story of like me and your like life, that's what it'd be called.
It's like,
say you're sorry.
It's very like
scolding a child.
What's the fucking
say you're sorry?
Prom Night 2, Hello Mary Lou or whatever.
Yeah.
Like it's just essentially it's the same thing.
It did. I was telling Kasey it did so bad at the box office too. I think it had a budget of 21 million and it brought in 17. So they didn't even break even.
This is
not
like,
even close.
I can't believe this released in a theater.
Yeah, same.
Much less that it cost $21 million.
That's what I said.
I remember seeing this, like the box for this at Blockbuster, and like the biggest curse of this movie is that I always saw this and Ginger Snaps, and I always thought it was going to be like the same kind of terrible thing. And Ginger Snaps rules, and so it took me so long to see Ginger Snaps because of this fucking movie.
God damn you, the rage Carrie too.
I think the next scene is Jesse fucking in his Jeep while all of the rest of the football team is like 20 feet away in the convertible fucking partying and recording it.
Notebook in hand.
Yes.
What the fuck is wrong with these people? Like, even if I was that guy, don't you have like stage fright at all? You're like, yeah, I just let my buddies watch constantly. Super voyeurism. You're like, get the fuck. Can you just at least go like a mile away?
I mean, I guess he kind of did because they call him like the Minuteman or some shit like pretty much immediately afterwards. So
they did. I didn't
wow,
catch
they
that.
want to talk about mothers.
Yeah. Dude,
wow.
How do you even like? Fuck, that's so annoying.
Okay, they call him the Minuteman. Like fucking Mark isn't like two pump chump. Come on.
Yeah, 100%.
There's no fucking way.
Mark's straight up like no foreplay, just in and done and gone.
Yeah, he's that asshole.
Yep. I feel like though, like looking at Mark, I can't imagine anybody in that school fucked him.
Me either. I was like, let me guess what yours fucking score is. 0? Are you fucking negatives at this point?
Negative.
I wish I was with.
They take points away for every time you jerk off.
They detract points every time a girl runs away from me.
Yeah. What bums me out is he gets like the least fun death in this movie. Like, well, I guess I mean it sucks. Like I would not want to go out that way, but like the other deaths that happen are like much.
It wasn't satisfying for me.
No.
Damn.
Eric's is the most satisfying.
Oh yeah, that was great.
But we will get to that. You cut to basically after this, they like there's like they go to Rachel's house to fuck with her because they realize that like she is who kind of dropped the bomb on Eric.
Wait, did the dog already get hit at this point, or is that first?
Oh wait, no, yeah, you're right.
Because he drops what's her face, whatever the fuck her name is, the girl that he hooked up with.
Yeah, and goes like hauling
I have
ass
no
off
idea.
as soon as her foot leaves the car.
I know. I felt so bad for her. It's the only time I felt
did
bad.
too.
I was like, wow.
Damn. He slams the door and like, or she, I don't even know. He fucking speeds off. Like damn, dude.
I don't even
Why
think
you
she
mad?
had the door closed. I feel like the speed of the car shut the door for her. Yeah, like Rachel is at home doing dishes and like is upset about Lisa, and you just get another thing about like her powers or whatever. And Boyd comes home and sees the dog run out and is just like, fuck it, and waits like 20 minutes to tell her. Which is
I know,
the
fucking
worst.
asshole.
Dick.
By the way, your dog got out like a half hour ago.
Yeah. And so Rachel goes out to look for Walter, her dog, who gets hit by a car in the grossest realistic effect.
Can we talk about the music that's playing the whole time? Because it's the most like over the top like saxophone Lethal Weapon sap shit. Just like so overly dramatic. And it almost takes away from the fact that a dog is being run over in slow motion like in front of you.
Why would they do it in slow motion?
God, it sucks so bad. Like, if you haven't seen the movie, don't. Number one. But like, most movies like cut away and you just hear like a yelp or whatever. They show like this fake dog go under the car, hit the ground, bounce back up into the car a couple times. Like, it's fucked up.
Like the one character you actually care about.
Yeah,
like,
and then
fuck this dog.
Luckily, Walter lives. So
yeah, the good news is Walter's the toughest dog ever.
Yeah.
Well,
I was stressing. I'm like, please don't let him die. I was gonna turn it off if he died. To be honest, I was like, fuck this. I'm over it. Like, can't do it.
I did read.
I would have been so upset.
They were like super good to that dog. Like every time, as soon as the camera cut, somebody would run in and take all the bandages off him, so he wasn't like stressed out. And...
That's so cute. I hope they gave him lots of treats.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone treats me like that.
Same. So after Walter gets hit by the car, she like scoops him up and is like standing in the middle of the road asking, like screaming for help, and a car or two passes her by, but Jesse comes driving up and she steps in front of him and like screams and like splinters his windshield, so he stops and helps her.
He was not gonna stop.
Well, he was like zoned out because he was just like,
he's like 40 feet away and she is extremely visible and she's like, yeah, whatever, it's fine. Like, she's not there.
The scene before, after they get done fucking watching him have sex with that girl in his Jeep, he's kind of like talking about being upset that like somebody in the school died, referring to Lisa, and that I forget what that girl's name is, but she's like, so she was a nobody.
Yeah.
He was probably in a daze because he realized he fucked a monster.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, okay.
That was fucked up. She's like, she's putting her lipstick on. She's like, and like, fucking care.
It's so bad. But he like helped, like she gets in the car with Walter and they go speeding off and go to like a 24-hour animal clinic. Walter's gonna be fine. They go to a diner after that and talk about Shirley Manson. Which
isn't she covered in blood?
Yes. She walks in and everybody stops and looks at her and he's like, don't worry about it. It's because you look like a mass murderer.
He's like, it's cool, don't worry.
Which is like, I would not want my dog's blood all over me. Like,
no.
Take your sweater off at least.
Yeah.
Jeez. One of the layers one of the 3 layers.
This is the fucking 90s. We know you have like 10 layers going on.
Sit and eat a meal covered in blood.
God.
I went to a Denny's after a Guar concert. Got the same reaction.
Oh, okay. Yep.
So I'm assuming you were like close to the front.
Yes.
I mean, I saw Guar once and I was about 80 feet from the stage and still got like covered in stuff, so.
I saw them at Warped Tour like a couple years ago, and I stood as far back as possible because there was like the fake blood and there was fake like green stuff. I don't know what the fuck that was supposed to be. They cut off fucking Donald Trump's head, so then it was. I was like, just keep the fluids away from me. I don't want to walk out with all that.
3 years ago, I think, maybe 2 years ago, they played a haunted house here, which was
that's awesome.
One of the wildest shows I've ever been to, because what was awesome about it is there was no opener. So it was just Guar, so I could only be there for like an hour and 20 minutes. I got to leave. But they played in this weird, like, central, like, area of this haunted house. So there was just, like, people in haunted house costumes just strolling around, and fucking people bringing their families to go walk through this haunted house. There's Guar, like, killing Donald Trump, and like,
that's fucking badass. That's everywhere. Like, that makes it even cooler that that was at a haunted house. Yeah, like, was that like a planned thing, or was it like a surprise show?
No, it was just somebody booked them to play there.
That's cool.
That's so dope.
I believe
that's really fucking cool.
A month after that, Bone Thugs and Harmony played at the same haunted house. So.
Oh my god, I would have been there in a heartbeat.
Yeah, I wanted to go to that just to see the crowd in like the middle of fucking farm country, Ohio, at a Bone Thugs and Harmony concert.
Watching Bone Thugs. I would have actually liked to have attended that too for that same reason, just to see who's there.
So they're talking about just dumb 90s shit that dates this movie a bunch. Eventually they like go home, but after flirting a bunch, he drops her off. Rachel has a nightmare about Lisa, which consists of Rachel hitting the car instead of her. You get a scene of Rachel talking to Sue again about her mom being at Arkham Asylum. Again, the worst name to use.
Foiled by Batman again.
Yeah, her mom is a fucking supervillain. I think at this point is the first time Sue sees Rachel use her power.
Is that with the snow globe?
No, I think there's like a cup that she like knocks the cup
that's
over
right.
first or whatever.
That's right.
And then
she's like, I bumped it.
Yeah,
like obviously not.
Like, I bumped it even though it fell into me. Rachel confronts Eric, and you get a fucking scene of the football coach yelling at the football players.
Oh my god,
that was so fucking weird.
Yes,
it was like edit that out. That didn't need to be in the movie. I just wanted
to see if you had a tampon string. It's like, so fucking relax. If I was a teenage boy and someone's like, drop your pants right now, I'd be like, I think I'm gonna pass.
Like, yeah, guess what? You're going to jail, or bare minimum, getting fucking fired.
Yeah, they could have fucking done without that scene. I was so uncomfortable.
Yeah, I was like, ooh, and it was. Why did I need a close up of his face right next to his ass?
Like, you could have done that scene and just had him like slap him or something to get like the same effect, as opposed to making him drop his pants and just shoving your face in his ass to look for a tampon string.
That's what he was doing, looking for a tampon string.
So weird.
Predator.
Everybody in this school is just the worst.
I don't even know how they got jobs. Even Sue Snell, I like her, but I'm like, she's...
How are you a guidance counselor and you were just locked up in the crazy house?
I mean, she's dedicated to, like, a certain extent. At some point, she's like, well... What are you gonna do?
I mean, at some point, it becomes overreaching of her job fucking description, when she's gonna be like, I'm gonna go break your mom out of a fucking institution.
Like, weird.
Instead of just being like, where do you want to go to college next year?
Yeah.
So, after this weird football scene, officers show up at the football practice to talk to Eric, and Eric is going to be charged with statutory rape, and I think maybe something else. I can't remember if they say anything else. Jesse officially asks Rachel on a date. Then you find out Eric got suspended, and yeah, that's right. He gets suspended and is facing statutory rape, this is, I think, when he gets all bent out of shape about losing his scholarship.
And then there's going to be a recruiter there.
I'd be like, fuck.
You're going to go to jail.
Yeah, you're going to jail. You have bigger fucking problems going on.
But isn't that when he what's his name? Mark? The super asshole guy?
Yeah.
So that's when he tells him, right? Like, oh, I don't know what to do. And he's like, oh, don't worry about it. Like, we'll figure it out. Yeah. And then that's when he pulls that scummy ass fucking move that he does with that other guy. I don't know that guy's name. When they go to Rachel's house.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Was it at that point? Had they already gone on it? Yeah, they must have already gone on.
I think they did. I don't know.
What? Rachel and Jesse?
Yeah. When is the part where Mark and his friend like go and fuck with her at her house?
Right after that. It shows like when Rachel's getting ready for the date, and they just start they knock on the door and disappear, and then essentially the whole football team shows up and throws a brick through her window, and are flashing flashlights in her house after they just cut the power because they know how to do that. Also, okay, so her house just has a power box on it that just has a giant switch on the outside to cut the power to the house. That seems like a horrendous idea. So yeah, the
designs weren't great in the 90s.
They Mark calls while they're just flashing all these lights in her house and banging on things, and pretends he's Ghostface from Scream for a minute, and the worst Donald Duck voice or some shit.
That really took me out of it constantly.
What was the point of that fucking Donald Duck voice?
They're like, do you know how to do any impressions or any voices? And he's like,
I do a pretty mean Donald Duck.
I just they were like, we should get one of those voice boxes from Scream. They're like, oh, we spent too much money making this fucking dog get hit by a car look realistic.
Just fucking do Donald Duck, it's fine.
Yeah. It's well, I could do Popeye or Donald Duck. They're like, Donald Duck. Eventually, Rachel's parents drive up and the whole football team flees. And they come in and ask Rachel about the brick that's laying in their fucking living room, and she's like, I don't know.
Yeah, she's so nonchalant about it. I would have been such a snitch. I'd be like,
same.
You want fucking names? Yeah. I'll give you addresses. Yeah. I'll give you social security numbers. This is what's happened. Fuck these guys.
I didn't understand why she didn't just tell her parents the truth.
Because they were already being weird to her. I think she was
but I don't know.
I get the idea that Boyd would have just fucking beat her or something for getting into trouble or something,
or talking to boys or something.
Yeah. True. He probably wouldn't have believed anything that she said.
He would have been a high school football fan and fucking went ballistic for ruining the football team's chances or some nonsense.
Yeah, he would be that guy.
Alternate universe Hank Hill.
Oh my god.
Ew, you're absolutely right. Yeah. He probably would have reacted very poorly.
I was a bulldog. This is a fucking tradition.
See this championship ring right here?
Yeah.
We took state.
Yeah. Just wearing his Letterman jacket the whole movie. So Rachel doesn't go on the date, and the next day Jesse asks her why she didn't show up, and she thinks that Jesse was part of that whole thing, and it's I don't appreciate you fucking with me, and he's like, I had nothing to do with that, trust me, let's go on a real date, and I will talk to them about leaving you alone. Sue.
That part where he ends up talking to them is so fucking ridiculous. Where they're in the locker room. Why is there so many? so many naked teenage boys in that shot. I was like, I know you guys are all adults, but I'm trying to be into the film and I'm feeling real uncomfortable. And then they want to do this like douchey dialogue. He's like, we're all friends here. He's like, no, we just grew up together. I'm like, fuck off, Dawson's Creek. What is happening?
Everything in this movie just made me like, literally, I was like, this is what like Bayside High School would be like if it was a horror movie. Because like none of the dialogue is good at all. It's all like the most base fucking like lines they could have made any of these kids say. Like, we're friends. No, we're not. We just grew up together.
You're like, wow, fucking sick burn.
Like that. Mark's heartbroken, I'm sure.
Oh, there was a little extra love that Mark had for fucking Jesse. You could see the look in his eyes. He's like, I want to be Jesse's girl.
There is no chance that any of these kids would have hung out after they graduated high school.
No.
So go ahead.
The like bulkier dude that gets his head shaved and he makes a crazy face.
Oh,
him and Mark and Eric probably would have been buds.
Yeah, I feel like they would have been like the like local guys that hang out at the dive bar.
Yeah,
like 20 years later.
I feel like
you're 21, right?
Mark would have definitely just gone nowhere. He would have been like the high school football player that like doesn't get into the college and just becomes like a mechanic or whatever in the same town he grew up in.
Yeah. Or like a coach, and he would have been like, when I was fucking in high school. It's like, well,
yeah, my coach
not your
shoved
football
his face
coach,
in my ass like, anytime he was mad at me. So Sue talks to Rachel, and Jesse goes to talk to Mark, and they get in a fight, and then Sue confronts Rachel about her telekinesis, and I think this is maybe when the snow globe explodes.
Yeah, and I think so.
There's like another Carrie flashback. Jesse and Rachel go on their date, which is just sitting in the same spot he fucked the other girl at, while they sit on the car and talk about just whatever mundane nonsense.
We absolutely have to talk about the dialogue here, please.
Yeah, go ahead.
When he's like, something about getting out of town, she goes, you've really got a talent, football. And he goes, you really think so? And she says, word. Word.
I mean,
and then she's like sitting weird, and she's like, the shift?
Oh, yeah.
It's like, it's in my back. Yeah. And then he's like, oh, I want to move to the back seat. And I don't know, this is progressing too quickly. Like, I just have a real talent at football.
You have a real talent. Football is like the most insane line.
Word.
She tries to say it so genuinely. And then even his character, which thank God they wrote it in, he's like, word? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
They're like,
word?
Taken back, like, what?
It's the 90s. What are kids saying now? I also like after they make out and she's just like, I'm not like ready for this. She's like, I want it to be special. Like, I want the boy to show up and give me flowers. And he's like, well, what kind of flowers? And she's like, daisies.
I know. Let's like shoot a little higher, I think.
Yeah, he can like get out of the car and go pick some like right there, I'm sure. Where they
He just fucking opens his door. He's like,
here you go.
But no, I like her thing is like her minimum is like, I just want him to like come to the door.
Yeah.
And then he doesn't even go to the fucking door.
Oh, you're right.
She's like,
she has to come out to the car.
I was like, what is this bullshit? You had two things you had to fulfill, and you only did one.
Everything in this movie is so bad. And like, again, like, it's an hour and 45 minutes of dialogue like that.
Yeah, we're 30 minutes deep into the movie now, y'all.
Yeah.
I know, talking about it, I'm like, God, we must be close to the end, right? And I'm like, nope, we're not.
So yeah, 3 hours left.
Yep. Sue goes to Arkham to talk to Rachel's mom, trying to find out who her father was. They have like a back and forth to which Rachel's mom delivers the line, "You will never know how terrifying children could be," which I hard agree. She eventually tells her that Carrie's dad is Ralph White, who is also Rachel's dad.
Whoa.
Which I feel like he has to have been like 70. Like
70.
Like, also, I thought he died in the first one too.
Like,
didn't he? Wasn't he dead? Isn't that why he was around for Carrie? Thought.
Yeah, like none of this timeline makes any sense because Carrie was probably we'll say 18 just to like have the even number, and let's say Rachel's 18 and there's like 30 something, like almost years in between. Like none of that makes any sense.
I know when Sue Snell was like, "Oh, it's almost been 20 years." I'm like, first of all, I'm pretty sure this dude is dead. So what the hell is happening? But it's so the timeline. It's just like I feel like they were like, well, we could throw two ideas together. I guess people liked Carrie, and you're like, we need some continuity here.
Yeah.
You know, they were just like, no one's going to fucking like take this movie seriously and like analyze it.
No one's gonna do math here.
Yeah.
Except for us.
Yeah. Except like 20 years, pretty much exactly 20 years later, here we are talking about this fucking film.
Right?
Yeah.
Fucking continuity errors here.
It just seems like such a fucking lazy cop-out to me.
Yeah.
Like, really?
If they were going to do that, they should have made this movie take place in like the 80s or something.
Yeah.
Also, Yaz and I were kind of talking about this, but this dude's dick drives women literally crazy.
You're not wrong. So the next day, Sue again overstepping her bounds, pulling Rachel out of class. So she's got to be failing all of her classes at this point because she's constantly getting pulled out of class.
No.
And
all
just
eyes
takes her to the burnt down school from Carrie. So she pulls her out of class and just makes her leave the school with her. This lady would be absolutely fired.
Absolutely.
And they just like she at this point like tells Rachel about Carrie and then tells her that like they have the same dad, and she's like, Rachel's just like, fuck off. You get a scene of Eric at like a district attorney's office, I guess, and they're talking about whatever they're going to charge him with, to which whoever like the head of that office comes in and is just like, no, he's fine, he's a football player, God forbid we ruin this poor white kid's life.
Was that guy like a politician or something? Because remember the cop was like, oh, all you care about is voting or something.
He's either like a mayor or he's just like, because I think you have to vote on like higher up kind of like district attorney stuff. So it's something like that.
I was thinking he could also be like whoever is in control of that precinct or whatever, if you even want to call it that, like that sheriff's, what do you call it, office?
Like a station.
Station.
Yeah, there you go.
Like maybe he's like the highest he could possibly get there, and they're like, yeah, we have to vote for our police chief or something like that.
That scene was so fucking cringy.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Alright, so Eric walks free, basically. You get...
After saluting the cop like a fucking prick. God, I was telling Kasey, oh my God, that pissed me off so bad. I hate that fucking part in that guy. Sucks.
You get another scene of just like Rachel and Jesse at school, and this is when whatever the fucking girl's name is.
What's her name?
I wrote it down. Tracy.
Tracy.
Yeah.
There we go.
So Tracy's all been out of shape because Jesse doesn't want her. He's like dating Rachel now. And Mark comes up with a plan to get back at Rachel or whatever. He comes into the weight room where Jesse is lifting weights and apologizes to him with a bunch of like more garbage dialogue, including the word smegma, which is gross.
Oh, smegma, dude.
Oh, I forgot about that.
I feel like knowing Kit, he probably laughed at this scene.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I was dying a little bit when when Tracy originally sees Jesse with Rachel. She's like, he could at least have respect for me and go after someone like pretty and cool.
Yeah.
And then her friend's like, you're caviar, she's Cheese Whiz. And it's like, okay, like you guys have ever had caviar, first of all.
And Cheese Whiz is delicious.
Yeah. Let's not knock the Cheese Whiz. It's always there for you.
Yeah.
Have you seen the picture of the quote-unquote New York City taco that's just Slim Jims in a tortilla with Cheese Whiz on it?
Oh, I have not.
It sounds...
I wanted to die.
Yeah. Mark, after, like, apologizing to Jesse to be like, oh, everything's cool, like, you know, we should all hang out, like, we want to accept Rachel or fucking whatever. Rachel's at the mall, like, looking at makeup, and one of the other girls whose name I just never wrote down.
She's like Tracy's best friend or something.
Yeah.
Like, C-grade Alicia Silverstone.
It's bad because she actually did play Cher Horowitz in the Clueless TV show.
Did she really?
Yeah, she did.
That's all I could see when I saw her was Alicia Silverstone from, like, 1992 or whatever.
That's crazy. I didn't know that.
Just similar enough.
Yeah. But she, like, befriends Rachel at the mall and steals lipstick for her. And
I kleptoed this for you.
Which is absolutely...
Okay. That's super nice off the bat.
That's
it's like, I like you enough, I'll steal this for you.
That's absolutely, like, a line that would be in Clueless. Like, kleptoed instead of stolen was definitely how they would have...
The fact that they didn't even reference Winona Ryder in that, I'm ashamed. They should have, like, you would have thought they would have done some reference to that.
Did that already happen at that point? Winona?
Maybe it didn't. Maybe.
I feel like that was maybe early 2000s.
Oh, okay. Yeah, then probably not then. Definitely not then if it was early 2000s.
I'm Googling it.
Yeah.
I need to know.
So Mark gives Jesse the keys to his parents' summer house to take Rachel to on their date.
I love that the summer house is literally probably like a mile outside of his regular house.
Yeah. Because I bumped into that too, where I was like, wait, if they have a summer house, why? Like, this has to be the longest date on ever recorded, because I feel like you would be driving states away to go to, like, if you had another house, not 5 miles.
At least an hour.
Yeah.
It's like 2 streets down on a nicer street.
Yeah, it's just the house like right next to theirs.
It's the back house.
Yeah. This is when Jesse picks up Rachel by not going to her door and has some not great looking daisies for her, which they immediately just throw in the back seat.
Yeah, so, you can just throw them in the back seat. I'd be like, there goes my fucking criteria again.
Can I just go put these in water real quick? Or
are we in a rush or?
Jesse and Rachel go to the summer house and just have like some weird back and forth about her not being ready and then being ready, and they eventually have sex, and the next day Rachel is caught by her step-parents sneaking back into her room, and Boyd slaps the shit out of her and grounds her, and I'm just like,
super uncalled for. Yeah. Like, she just gets slapped this whole movie.
Cool. Even his wife was like, oh shit.
I feel like
she was like, ooh.
There should, like, that would have been a perfect scene to have, like, one of her little, like, flashback power things, like, after she got slapped, like, showing her as a kid, and then have, like, something, like, in the other room, like, even if it's just, like, the cabinets flying open or something.
Yeah. There were a couple parts where I was surprised her, like, powers didn't flare up. We'll talk about it. Kasey and I were talking about a part more towards the end where we were like, why didn't she start fucking shit up?
Yeah, they kind of, like, abandon that at a certain point, and you just kind of forget. Like, it almost just becomes just, like, a weird team drama movie for a while.
Yeah. And you kind of forget about her telekinesis.
after she gets grounded and she's like upset that she can't go to Jesse's opening football game, Jesse shows up to the entire football team shaving their heads and being filmed by the weird fucking creep with the camera. And he is just like, yeah, I'm not doing this. I have a good head of hair.
Oh my gosh. The guys when they're getting their head shaved is like what the fuck?
It's so like okay, you have that entire football team that I can only imagine is keeping up that level of intensity the entire time, which will wear you the fuck out right before your football game.
They're like super pumped on getting their heads shaved.
Like the next scene is Sue going back to Arkham, and she puts gum in like the magnetic door that hold like the gate, and basically just breaks her mom out, which
is the all-time easiest insane asylum to break into and break out of.
Yeah.
They're like, let's make just like 5% effort to get her out. Okay, and so she breaks her out, and this lady, so they walk through the door, which she could have easily gotten out. She runs up against the gate, and the door is literally bouncing back. She could have slipped out, the one that's like screaming behind her. Yeah,
I didn't pay that close
like
attention.
They're like, let's be really sneaky, and then they like slam the door behind him. It's like, wow, you guys have no stealth skills. What the fuck is wrong with this movie?
Not even trying.
Yeah, there's like it's crazy to me that nobody catches them leaving at all.
Yeah, right in front of this fucking nurse. Like, I was like, you need to lose your job. What are you doing? Yeah. They didn't even have cell phones back then.
Yeah.
And you're like, what are you looking at? Not Instagram. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
Like, after this, you get the football game, which Eric is immediately ejected from for, like, just trying to kill some fucking kid on the other team. Rachel is listening to the football game on some kind of fucking portable 90s Walkman radio thing, which
took their high school football very seriously.
Yeah.
Broadcast.
Yeah, apparently. I was like, wow, she has access to that? Fancy.
I feel like my school might have done that. Like, was probably like one of those very low wattage where, like, if you were within like 2 miles, maybe, but I actually believe they actually show some of the games on local access, which is weird.
I'm sure my high school did because it's Texas, and what the fuck else do we do?
Yeah.
When Rachel is listening to this game, she hears Jesse get hit and like not getting up, so she throws her headphones off and like goes to leave, and you hear through the headphones that like he's fine, he did get up, like whatever. Rachel shows up at the game just as Jesse is going in for the last play and wins the game for the team. And
they
she
do that
just
super awkward point at each other.
So weird.
She's like Jesse and points at Rachel. They both point at each other.
Like, no one is concerned that this girl is just standing on the football field that shouldn't be out there for one. And it's just aimlessly like pointing at this dude. It's so weird. After the football game, a scout comes to talk to Jesse, and he tells one of the players to ask Rachel to wait for him, and this player instead tells her to just go ahead and go to the party, which, if this is part of their plan, it's very, very well planned out that they knew that this scout was going to be coming to talk to Jesse. They head to the party, like Rachel's in the car with the girl that kleptoed her lipstick, who is making someone else hold the steering wheel for her while she puts makeup on and like changes her clothes.
She's also not nice to that girl at all.
Yes.
You could use some lipstick. Like, God.
I was like, bitch, I could have just drove and you could have done all this stuff on your own. Jesse comes outside and sees his car vandalized to make it like the other football team vandalized it, even though it was Tracy.
In broad daylight.
Yes.
That's what I don't understand.
I know, what a psycho too. Like, who does that? To prove a point, like, geez Louise.
She's a fucking monster.
No, she is, but I'm like, damn.
Yeah, so she like.
At first, I was like, whoa, fuck, that team sucks. Like, they did that to his car, and then she tosses the can of spray paint, and I was like, wow, you. Really?
Which means she also slashed all of his tires.
Yeah.
You know, she could have just slashed like one.
Yeah.
He would have been okay.
So Tracy tells Jesse like she'll give him a ride to the party. She just has to stop and change clothes first.
Of course she does.
Sue and Rachel's mom show up like pretty much right after everybody left for this party. And some random kids tell these two adults where this high school party's at.
Not before Rachel's mom's like seeing people that aren't actually there in the neighborhood.
Yeah, they're like driving around.
He used to have a thing for me. Who was the guy in the neighborhood? And there's no one there.
It's just a stop sign. Rachel gets to the party and immediately like Mark apologizes to her. It says they all like everybody wants to be friends with her because of Jesse and all that kind of shit.
I so badly wanted to believe that they were going to turn a new leaf and they were going to be like, you know what, we're going to see her for the great person that she is. And she was being so sweet to all of them at the party. And then
they were like, can we just bury the hatchet? And she was like, you know what, full. Like,
let's do
this.
They were legitimately having fun. I was really bummed.
I think it would have been an even better turn if that's what, like, if they never showed that scene of like Mark coming up with the plan and had all of the rest of this stuff play out and then maybe show flashbacks to it. It would have been more devastating, I think.
Yeah.
That is such a great... Yasmin does this to me too, where we watched like a terrible movie and she goes, you know what would have been a cool end? And I'm like, fuck, that would have been so good.
No, you're absolutely right.
I hate when people give me better endings because you're so right. That would have made the movie like at least okay.
Yeah.
I would have been like, okay, at least the end was good.
Yeah, that would have been a jaw dropper. Sorry, like for them to have done that to her and nobody expected it.
Yeah, where everyone's like, okay, we're all just being cool now. I'm like, okay, so you would have had to expect something towards the end, but you wouldn't have expected that.
It would have been so awesome if this movie ended with them all just being friends. It's like Carrie too, but instead they all just like be friends for a long time.
Say you're sorry, and it all ends like, we're really sorry.
Yeah.
And you're good.
So Tracy is like changing clothes in front of Jesse and like distracting him, and it's real weird.
I thought they were gonna hook up, but they didn't.
Yeah, I don't think that's where like it was maybe supposed to be.
I like that he was annoyed, but then he like looked a little bit like kind of long at her body.
Yeah.
Like, what do you think about this? Too much? And then she just like after 1 second takes her clothes off, and he's like, 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi. Okay, let's go.
So basically at the party, everybody's like dancing and drinking and having fun. Like Rachel's having a blast with all these kids, and they eventually they say something about like, oh, like this was, we're watching like the big game that Jesse won, and she's like, oh, you have like video of it? And he's like, oh no, not this game. And they start like periodically they're like spinning her around, and you'll see glimpses of like her and Jesse on the TVs that she's not seeing, and then they throw her the book and tell her to look at it. This fucking notebook they all seem to carry at all times.
It was sad when they pointed out Lisa.
Yeah.
Also, her best friend.
We subtracted 4 points because she offed herself. Yeah. I was like, whoa.
That was that was fucked up. I was upset. I was like, damn, you guys are assholes.
That comment alone, you deserve it.
Yeah.
Right.
There's no going back from that, because I was like, wow, fuck.
Yeah. So there's like a bunch of footage eventually of Jesse and Rachel fucking at like Mark's parents' summer house. So this was all part of the plan. You get, as she's like the camera spinning around her and like she's freaking out, they have they're all gonna laugh at you line.
Yeah, and Kasey and I were talking about how they were like holding her, like restraining her.
I think that's what made me feel like the most uncomfortable, is like the way that they were restraining her. I was like, I feel like just getting real rapey real fast, and I was like, please don't let this go to like a weirder place than it already is.
And that's when I was surprised that her like telekinesis didn't kick in and like glass didn't start shattering or something. Like I don't know. I was surprised.
No, she had that sick tat.
Oh, that's like my favorite part is that so as like all this is happening and Rachel finally snaps because her tattoo starts like coming to life and like spreading across her body.
It's the most 90s tattoo too.
Well, it's just fucking like a rose that looks like barbed wire essentially. But yeah, so Rachel eventually like snaps and just starts fucking everybody up. All of the glass in this giant glass house shatter, decapitating one dude. Some dude just gets stabbed in the throat by glass. As she does this and like slams all the doors and like keeps them shut, like Sue and the mom show up. Sue goes to like look into the peephole of the door as some other dude is going to run out of the door, and they both get shot through the head by like a fucking spear gun or something. Or
yeah, no, I was surprised.
It's the fireplace poker.
Yeah,
Sue Snell got a dirty dude. Yeah, I was like, why?
She
quick
too. She gets it worse than Mark. Like,
yeah, absolutely.
And my favorite thing in any movie of this time, I think one of the Hellraiser movies does this, is when like CDs are used to kill somebody.
Oh yes. My god, yes.
Hellraiser 3 with the best Cenobite.
She just like sees a stack of fucking CDs on the CD player, just flies them around the room, fucking stabbing people with them.
Did you see when she slammed the doors closed? That guy on the far left of this or far right of the screen, he literally gets stuck between the doors when he's trying to like wiggle his way out.
Like when she first starts to like freak out.
I was like, wow, this is super convincing, but I really have a feeling he got stuck in that door. They're like, can we get the fucking extra out of here? Like,
yeah, they were like, can we just do like another take? And they're like, no, we're good. Eric and Mark run upstairs to break into, I guess, Mark's dad's fucking spear gun collection, because that's a thing.
It's their summer house, obviously.
And then, like, C-grade Alicia Silverstone is with them. They grab, I think Mark's the one who grabs the flare gun. Eventually, Rachel, like, corners them at the pool and like makes this one, like Alicia Silverstone's glasses explode and impale her in the eyes.
That was cool.
As she does that, she turns over and like she turns to the side and shoots Eric right in the dick with the fucking spear gun
thing.
Which fucking so hard. That was my favorite part.
It goes right through him too.
Yeah. And there's just like this weird like shit on the end of the spear gun after it goes through.
I assumed it was his dick, but I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's probably
I don't know.
Supposed to be just like what you're supposed to guess it is, but like they're probably just like, it's just like unquestioned gore or whatever. So they both are dead, and now it's just Rachel and Mark. As she's like circling in on him or whatever, she hears her mom yell her name and gets distracted, and Mark shoots her in the side with a flare gun. She falls into the pool.
Are flare guns that strong?
I mean, I feel like they would.
Can they get stuck in you?
I mean, that close, probably. Because, I mean, they're only, like, maybe 8 feet away. I can't imagine it feels good, if anything.
Next week we'll have to do a science corner on it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do some hard Googling.
Just do some testing.
And figure it
out. She eventually pulls Mark into the pool as she's using her powers to make the pool cover kind of close on the pool. He gets hit in the head and, like, gets knocked out and, like, just goes under the pool cover. Rachel grabs the spear gun and cuts her way out as Mark drowns, which is not at all what he deserved.
He should have gotten shot in the dick too.
Yeah, I would have hated to die that way though.
Yeah,
That's
not fun.
That's awful. Oh, that's awful.
I think being passed out though, I'm sure from, not that I'm like do a lot of research on drowning, but I'd always heard that the second like you really let it fill your lungs, it's super fast and you kind of go unconscious immediately. It's the panic that makes it painful.
Yeah. Oh. I don't know. I'm just
sorry to make it dark, but I was just thinking about that. It's like, well, if he's like passed out, he'd probably just sucking all the water into his lungs. It probably goes quick.
You know, I agree. He deserved a much more painful and.
He at least deserved to get shot in the dick first.
Yeah, but I mean, drowning sucks too. I would imagine so.
Oh my god,
I was just glad he died because when he shot her with the flare gun, I was like, "Fuck! Like, is this gonna be it for her?" I thought he was going to get away somehow, but
yeah, for a minute,
I was just happy that he died.
For a minute, I thought that maybe like Jesse would take him out, but then I was glad she at least did it.
The entire time, I was like, "Where is Jesse?" Like, I knew he was going to make an entrance, but he came in a little bit later than I thought he was going to.
Yeah. Rachel's mom kind of like runs up as Rachel's kind of like laying on the ground bleeding, and doesn't recognize her because she still sees her as like the little girl, and she just fucking runs off.
The devil.
Never to be seen again.
So that's what we were saying. We're like, okay. The real fucking scary thing in this movie is that this lady who sees people who aren't there is now roaming around in the neighborhood.
Rachel is like laying on the ground and like pleading with God to just let her die as Jesse shows up. At this point, Rachel believes Jesse was in on the whole thing, like with like that he only slept with her to get points or whatever. Tracy is with him, which Rachel immediately drops a fiery fucking beam from the ceiling on top of her.
That. No question, no like anything. She was just like, fuck her, and killed her.
He's like trying to convince her that he had nothing to do with any of that, and tells her that he loves her, and then after that he hears him say it to her when she was asleep on the video that was taken of them. She ends up throwing him out of the way as a bunch of like burning debris falls on top of her. And they have like a...
Okay.
Go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, you're fine.
No, I was going to say, it was reminiscent of the beginning when he was talking about Romeo and Juliet and how did it go? Basically, like them dying together so they could... I don't even know. I don't know how it went. But, yeah, you know, I think he was trying to, like, stay with her. Like, okay, well, if you're going to die, then I'm going to die also, you know?
That's some high school shit right there.
No, it absolutely is. But I think that it was meant to be kind of like a callback to the whole Romeo and Juliet thing. Like, I'm going to, you know, we're going to die together. And then, yeah, she was like, nope. She saves him, uses her telekinesis to knock him into the water.
I just love the way it looked when she, like, threw him out. I just couldn't help but laugh. I was like, okay, she saves him, but just the way he like fucking flies.
Oh, like after like she's like, you need to get out of here, and she just flips him over the fucking banister or whatever.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
So basically, she dies. Jesse gets out. It cuts to 1 year later. Jesse has Walter. So Walter hanging in there.
I thought that was cute that he took.
I did too.
That was very nice.
Walter is kind of barking at nothing as the shades fly open in this whatever college dorm room he's in. He closes them and goes back to like doing homework as Rachel comes walking through the window and they kiss and it's real weird, and then it ends up being a weird nightmare. And I have no idea what the fuck this ending is about. That is like him like looking in the mirror, but there's another him behind him.
Yeah, that was weird.
It makes zero sense. I don't know what any of that was about.
How much of the budget do you think was spent on Rachel exploding? Like
17,
into weird glass.
17
million of that 21 million?
Yeah. Of the 17.5
that it just makes me wonder how come Carrie didn't like shatter into glass pieces.
It was weird. I told Kasey that part scared me. It startled me when she shouted. I was like, "Whoa!"
Well, I mean, I was like watching it, and I was like, "Wait, did she live?" And then she just like explodes, and I was like, "What the fuck is happening?" And then there's that shot of Mark or Jesse, and I was just like, "I don't know what's going on now."
I feel like they're like, let's just make something weird, and let's like people add their own symbolism to it.
It was fucking stupid.
Someone liked the Prince of Darkness ending, but didn't understand what was happening in it.
Yeah, I guarantee you they were like, we got to have like that like surprise ending, like in Carrie with like the hand coming out or whatever. But like it just makes zero sense.
Yeah, they did it a lot better in the original Carrie, because that part was actually cool. I thought.
Yeah,
in the original with her sticking her hand out, but this was just stupid. Why does she shatter? Like, why?
I need an explanation on why there's like 2 marks in that room.
I wonder why there are 2 marks in that room.
That part is just gonna baffle me in forever.
Yeah, I even like Googled the synopsis.
Or 2 Jessies?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I was like, wait, I was like, are you fucking kidding me?
No.
Like, why did Mark get to come back?
No. It was multiple. I Googled it too, and I couldn't find anything. Like, how come I didn't understand the symbolism of that? But whatever. Well, and when the movie ends, and that's it.
Find the director on Twitter and fucking tweet at her and ask.
Wait, what is this? Carrie 3?
Please don't make another Carrie. Have you guys seen the remake?
I refuse to watch it, to be honest. I mean, it doesn't interest me at all.
It's not great. It's better than this was.
There is a Carrie 3.
Oh, shit.
Carrie 3, The New Blood.
Oh, I did know about that.
Oh, yeah, it does sound familiar.
Who's in it?
How many people is Ralph White gonna fuck before this is done?
It takes like another 30 years. He's actually... At least if I would give that movie credit if they were just like, oh, he's just like an immortal demon.
That was... Yeah. Okay, see, I could kind of back that, because at least it's like, at least fun enough to be like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
But like some old creepy guy that just keeps like fucking getting down with like some young women.
Because he's giving everybody telekinesis.
Do you think they do like a reverse Friday the 13th, The New Blood, and it's Carrie versus like a knockoff Jason in it? I'd watch that.
I mean,
if that was the case.
That'd be pretty sweet.
I feel like if you just put any 2 characters from any of these movies together, I will watch it.
Absolutely.
I would do Rachel versus Carrie. They both have telekinesis.
Okay, can we just talk about Rachel again really quick? Because the biggest thing that fucking bothered me with her whole, like, transformation into... Well, I don't even know if you'd call it that. Why did she get, like, the stupid thorns and the, like, shit on her face? Like, those... It
like
looked so fucking...
or whatever?
Yes, it looked so fucking stupid.
It was just like a dumb thing. They were just like, what if she's like the 90s, so obviously she's gonna have like a cool tattoo.
I just hated how it expanded to her whole body and her face.
Yeah.
Like, it just looked fucking stupid to me.
I feel like the thing that bothered me most is that they were drinking margaritas at that party. It seems like a kind of like an adult beverage also, for like a bunch of 17-year-olds.
The one dude is just drinking like a vase or like a vase of just fucking like margarita.
What are you doing?
Kasey mentioned how they're all wearing flannel shirts too.
Oh my god. Again, there's no offense to like the Midwest whatsoever, but when I think of small towns, that's what I think of. Like lots of football players and flannel shirts.
Well, it just made it worse. Wrong. They all shaved their heads, and then they're all wearing, like, it's just matching attire. It was just, I don't know, it was too much.
Okay, but then my point was, like, look at all these girls who are attractive, dressed differently, with effort, and all these fucking boneheads with their shaved head and fucking flannel shirts on.
But they're all jocks.
Ohio. So I don't like, it's pretty much Ohio.
Is that what we see the Bone Thugs and Harmony show?
Oh, I should have went to that.
I would love to see live footage from that show.
Yeah. So yeah, that's this dumb movie. Don't watch it. Or I'll take that back. I'd say you can watch it. It's not nearly as bad as I thought it was gonna be.
watch the last 20 minutes.
Yeah, like it's just if you find yourself bored, just fast forward like 20 minutes. There's just like entirely too many scenes of just like Sue confronting Rachel about her powers and shit that you could have cut out.
Yeah, at a certain point, it just got to be too much. Like, and then at the end, I was hoping that she would at least have been able to tell Rachel, "Hey, your dad was so and so." She never even got to tell her that. What was the dad's name?
She did tell her.
She did.
Sue tells her at the burnt down.
That's
school,
right. Okay.
She's just like,
what she wanted the mom to tell her, and the mom never did because she was like, "Oh, you're the devil."
Which is all just like a wasted plot point of just breaking the mom out for like no reason. I hope Carrie 3 is just the mom out like wreaking havoc.
Just living life.
That'd be amazing.
That would be. It's not too late. I'm down to crowdfund this movie.
Oh, nobody needs.
What would it be called?
Don't need another Carrie movie.
Carrie 4.
Unless Carrie is going to be fighting fucking Jason, which I guess technically already did happen, kind of. So
we could put her like in a Mortal Kombat movie.
Oh shit!
Because those fucking movies have no plot whatsoever. So I think it would work.
I will crowdfund 10 more Mortal Kombat movies. Like,
absolutely.
Those are like peak terrible fun movies.
I watched the very first one recently, and I was like expecting there to be a plot. Why would I think there's a plot? There's none. It's just like a bunch of like cut shots, and you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I mean, it's basically just people fighting so one guy can like take over the Earth realm. And that's
they're
the
fighting
plot.
And then close up on someone's face.
But Goro gets punched in the balls, which is always good.
That's right.
The best scene.
All I ever wanted from a Mortal Kombat film. No plot, just fighting, dick punches.
Oh, so good. So yeah, the worst horror podcast. If you follow us on Instagram, there is no way you have not seen me say anything about them because it's like my favorite podcast.
We really do appreciate that. Honestly, every time we're like, we suck, we should probably quit. You guys post something, we're like, okay, maybe we shouldn't quit.
I just like, I don't know, like I know there's a lot of podcasts out there that are just like don't want to like prop up other ones, and like I don't care. I have no illusions that this is going to make me rich in any sort of way, so I'm just like, I just want to have fun and be like, hey, this is like another fun podcast, so I like to like shout out podcasts I enjoy, as opposed to just like being like, no, give me money for talking about Attack of the Killer Tomatoes.
Yeah, dumb horror film.
Well, Yaz and I have kind of talked about this. We kind of feel like you're our pod BFFs.
Yeah.
Because you guys are like super fucking supportive, and we lag so hard on that. Because I feel like we're like, in our show, I feel like we reference you guys a lot, but then we're like the worst at posting on our Instagram.
Yeah, I mean,
and you guys are so nice to us.
I'm usually sitting at work at like 2 a.m, and I'm just like, I'm bored. I'm gonna get on Instagram and just like shout out whatever I'm listening to. So it's
I was listening to your 8-Legged Freaks episode today, and Douche on a Dirt Bike is like gonna be the name of my indie album. Douche on a Dirt Bike. I was like, this is so fucking amazing. That's all I'm gonna start calling people from now on.
That episode has like surprisingly been like one of our most listened to ones.
It's like a fun movie. Yeah. I really, really enjoyed that episode. I thought it was really cool. I'm playing catch up right now for the rest of your episodes too.
Yeah, I think you only got maybe like 3 more to go, if anything, something like that.
I think so, because you have, don't you have Mortal Kombat Annihilation on there?
Yeah, we tried to do a bonus episode of, it was going to be both Mortal Kombat movies like a while ago, and the recordings were just fucked up. So like I just held on to them until like we both were out of town for like a week, so I was like, I'll just like throw this out there.
We have like 5 shows recorded on my computer, and none of them are edited.
Editing is the worst part.
It is, because you're like...
We've had some doozies also.
Yeah. I don't really think we're problematic, but sometimes the way we word things, I'm like, nope, that's...
Well, I mean, just in general, like we recorded an entire episode on Child's Play and we scratched it entirely because it was rough.
It was... There are so many dicks in that mural in Child's Play.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, it's all Charles Lee Ray and his dick.
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean, I don't know, like, we had, like, maybe the first 10 or 15 movies we did were all extremely problematic. And it was a lot of trying to be like, okay, well, like, this is the line, I'm going to say it, just know we don't mean it, this is just the fucking terrible line in the movie, and, like...
That's our exact same thing, especially because 90s movies are very derogatory to, like, gay people. And I'm like, we can't really say that very offensive F word. So I was like, how are we going to get this line out?
I'm going to suggest never doing Thinner then.
Oh my god. Nudist Colony of the Dead.
Oh god, that was rough. That whole movie is like a Gwar album. Where it's like, but like, where Gwar is like purposely kind of being offensive to like make a point. That movie was just being offensive to just be like, we're funny, right? And it's like, no, don't name your Hispanic character Juan too.
Oh god.
No, he was Hispanic and Asian mixed, so his name was Juan, Juan, and then Tu. And then
that's like me.
The African American character was named Ranger Big Butts.
What?
Who wrapped the plot points to that movie is
wrapped like rap.
Yes, the worst like Bismarcky style rap imaginable.
Ew!
I feel like I'm in a fever dream right now.
We watched it being like, oh, this is just going to be like a dumb zombie movie, and it's basically like a musical comedy that is just like the most like low grade humor imaginable. It is rough. It was our least favorite movie for like most of the podcast until we got to Tsunami.
God damn Tsunami.
Tsunami might legitimately be the worst movie I've ever watched.
It's the one I hate the most.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen Birdemic? I think that one has that one topped.
Like, Birdemic is like purposefully kind of bad. Like, Tsunami made no sense. Like, there's no tsunami. There's no bees. They're wasps. Like, it's literally.
I don't know. The lady was like a zombie bee Jesus thing.
Like, the entire thing is just like this weird like Christian movie hidden inside of a horror movie. Is just all bad.
They always get you. They do the little switcheroo, and you're like
the entire movie.
I didn't sign up for Jesus.
The entire movie was about like not losing faith and all this shit, and I'm just like, this is like the weird like wasps like turned people into zombies. Like, none of it made sense, and it's just horrendous.
They weren't bees; they were wasps.
Yeah. But yeah, I assume you guys have some episodes coming soon.
I mean,
maybe.
Well, it's not safe to assume that because we're lazy.
We are the worst horror podcast.
But we do have a ton of episodes recorded that will eventually get out.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I mean, there's like 6 out right now?
We have 7. I think 2 of them are worth listening to.
I mean, I don't know. Like, I like listening to you guys because it's like you can tell you guys have been friends for a while, and it shows in like your banter and whatnot.
I'm so glad that comes through. Like, honestly,
she's almost in tears right now. What's wrong with you?
No, honestly,
I just really love you. It's so special. People can tell.
It genuinely makes me happy because I feel like I've listened to quite a few podcasts, and you can tell when it's, I don't want to say it's forced between some people, but you can tell when the banter's kind of like, it's forced. I don't know. And it just seems like they're trying too hard. And you and I have been friends for forever.
Almost 10 years.
Yeah, so when we, like you said, when we talk to each other, it's totally natural. We're not trying to do anything or be funny. This is literally how we talk to each other on a regular basis.
We do appreciate you guys saying that, though, because we've talked about it, too, and that's what we feel about your podcast. Like, you can tell you guys
absolutely
get along.
Kit and I were, internet friends for a long time, and then, I think we've met in real life, once. And, but we were just I don't know, let's start this dumb podcast. So, the first handful of...
You scared me into it with how tall you were.
Yeah.
How tall are you?
6'6".
No way.
How tall are you, Kit?
5'6".
Yes.
Maybe. High 5'5".
But I feel like the first handful of episodes were us being okay, well, we're gonna do this thing and just kind of figure it out, and we're us trying to we're just us bouncing off each other a little bit until we kind of got into our rhythm.
That's cool. I think that says something about how my gosh, wow. Fucking remixing my words right now, sorry. Okay, let me fucking
rewind, backspace. Delete that.
I can't even figure out the words to go back in time, okay. I think it's really special that, even...
Why are you doing the robot as your
Can you not put me on blast right now, okay?
Well, I have to look at you do the robot as you're talking.
I'm a method actor, okay? You guys just... Can you not? You guys just have this chemistry. I think it's surprising that you guys have only met once. I feel like you guys...
I wouldn't have ever thought that. I would have been yeah, they've been friends forever. They hang out on a regular basis.
Yeah. Because I don't feel... I don't know.
It doesn't seem like that at all to me.
That's good to hear.
We basically hang out every week. It's just
on Twitter.
Online.
Yeah.
That counts.
We bonded over both being just into these same fucking shitty movies.
Yeah, shitty movies.
So, it was pretty much the perfect idea to be well, let's just do a podcast of just garbage shark movies and fucking whatever else.
So, what site did you guys meet on?
Twitter, essentially.
Okay, cool.
And then met at Migration Fest last year. Was that last year?
Yeah.
Which
not bad with time.
I paid a shit ton of money to go to and not watch any bands, and Kit watched all the bands, so...
I don't know where this porch was everyone was hanging out on.
Yeah.
Everyone was on a porch.
Lindsay and I just kind of hung out there, and then people just started showing up, and that's where everybody hung out for the rest of the time. But yeah, you should listen to at least the 7 episodes of the Worst Horror Podcast that are up. I suggest the Cabin in the Woods one is my favorite, I think, so far.
Dang, that's really nice.
I do genuinely like I think the one, maybe 1.5 you've done that are kind of the Q&As or whatever.
At least someone does.
Yeah.
I thought those were fun, so I think doing those kind of every handful of episodes is good.
We really like those.
We have the most fun personally, doing those ones.
We just recorded one and it's 2 hours long and I have to edit it down.
Pretty much I've hit a point where I just edit out the beginning and the very end of Kit and I talking, and then just fucking it's it.
It's just us bitching about work.
Yeah.
How's your day? Work's terrible. I want it to end.
One of our friends on Twitter is always just oh, I want to hear the stuff you cut, and I'm no, you don't. It's just hi, how are you? I'm tired. Yeah, me too. Work sucks.
Slept 4 years.
We can relate.
Yeah. So do you want to tell people where they can find your podcast, or you guys throw out whatever accounts, stuff like that?
Sure.
On Instagram, you can find us at The Worst Horror Podcast. You can email us questions, suggestions, hopefully not anything mean, at theworsthorrorpodcast@gmail.com. We're also on Twitter at Worst Horror Pod. You can find Yasmin on Instagram. Sorry.
Yeah, that's
on
fine.
Instagram at
That horror gal.
And you can find me, Kasey, at Kasey Goes to Hell on Instagram.
Perfect. You can find us on Twitter at I Hope You Suffer, on Instagram at I Hope You Suffer Podcast. Forget, I haven't done like one of these out in a while. I think it's podcast. I don't know. Just look up I Hope You Suffer. We're the one account.
Yeah, you'll find it.
We're the one account that's not an AFI account. I think next week we're doing Swim Fan.
Oh, nice!
I cannot wait for that one.
Yeah, we're having my friend Katie on because it's like one of her favorite movies, but she just moved across the country, so we've been waiting for her to get like settled. I think we're doing that next week. So
I really enjoy your episodes with Katie. I think she's really fun.
Well, she just moved to California. If you guys can track her down.
Oh, nice.
That's awesome. That'd be cool.
I will not say where she moved to because that would be weird. So, yeah, we'll do Swim Fan next week. Thanks, I was gonna say Katie, Kasey and Yaz for being on. That was super fun.
Thank you for having us.
And
yeah, we really enjoyed this. Thank you so much.
Yeah, it was really fun, and awesome. We will absolutely do this again at some point.
Yeah, we'll have to do this for our channel next time.
Yeah.
So people.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm sure we all have the same listeners, but.
Also, I think I said shart at some point in this episode on accident. So if anyone caught that.
I absolutely caught that. I just didn't say anything.
She's going to text me about this for a whole week until this episode comes out about it.
Yeah.
It's been bothering me this entire time. I was like, pretty sure I said shart on accident, but whatever.
That's going to be just the description in the...
That's fine. That works. I fuck up our episodes, so... Oh my god. Kasey's used to this by now. Anyways, yeah, so thank you for having us.
All right. I hope you suffer, but why?
But why?